Marxism in a capitalist situation will actually stabilize itself.
Yeah.
You agitate for economic reforms and you get ones that they would consider half measures, no revolution. And most of the working class is like, oh, life's pretty good now. We're not going to be radical anymore. And they go off and do it. So they had to find ways to find things that are less easily stabilized, and racial identity, sexual identity, and so on became the target. And that became a very fruitful wheel of acquiring power for them, because it all comes down at the end of the day to how do you feel? Well, I felt like I was racially discriminated against. I felt like there was a racial slight there. And by moving it fully subjective, they made it absolutely impervious to the ability to be stabilized. If you just can make people feel like there's a suppression against them, and they constantly enter that what we call external locus of control frame, and they can blame the system for everything, then they're going to be permanently radical. And then race is so sensitive. We have a long, ugly history with race in the country, long struggle to achieve the dream of the Declaration of Independence, as Jefferson wrote it. And so it's very easy to find places to inflame, and it's perfect if you want to tear down a country.
And is that the goal, you think?
Yeah, well, absolutely. The goal is to dismantle the United States as the United States Constitution, Bill of Rights, Declaration of Independence, and everything that flowed from that, and to replace it with a regime rooted on critical race theory analysis. Ibram Kendi famously even said the remedy to all inequality in the United States is to pass an anti-racist constitutional amendment that will establish a Department of Anti-Racism that will it will make illegal all racial inequity over a certain threshold, he says, and it will give him absolute dominion, or that department absolute dominion over all federal, state, and local level policy, as well as private company policies wherever racial inequity surfaces. So a total dictatorship of the anti-racists, which, by the way, parallels perfectly the dictatorship of the proletariat.